Is Veterans Day getting a new name? Former VA leaders under investigation, VetComm's founders meeting with VA Secretary Doug Collins, how to get benefits for veteran spouses, and so much more.
With the person.
Just out here today down at the border.
If you look back in history, when we're a
powerful force.
We have helped put almost $2 billion in veterans' pockets, and it never seems to be enough.
Welcome back, veterans, to another episode of VetComm News, your go-to source for veteran news, current events, and all the incredible work that's happening right here in the VetComm community. I'm Rachel Hernandez. I'm the manager of communications here at VetComm, and as always, we've got a lot in store for you today, so let's get right into it. Okay, first, I just want to take a moment to share our thanks for all service members during Military Appreciation Month. We at VetComm appreciate all the sacrifices America's heroes make, so during the month of May, be sure to thank a veteran or someone you know who's currently serving. All right, veterans watching this, I want to know what you think about this in the comments. Veterans Day could soon be getting a new name. That's right. What was once Armistice Day and is now Veterans Day could soon be called Victory Day. According to the Military Times, President Trump announced on social media that he has plans to rename the day Victory Day for World War I and designate May 8th as the Victory Day for World War II. He said these changes would highlight American military victories, arguing that the U.S. should celebrate its triumphs more visibly. November 11th has been a day to honor all veterans, regardless of when they served, for 87 years. Trump didn't clarify whether May 8th would become a federal holiday or if the new names would replace or run alongside existing holidays. And by law, only Congress can officially create or rename federal holidays. Veterans organizations have voiced concerns that focusing on victory overlooks the sacrifices of veterans from all wars. They noted that Veterans Day should honor service and sacrifice, not just military wins. But what do you think? Let us know down in the comments. And in news from Washington, the Military Times also reports that Republican lawmakers are calling for a federal investigation into former VA leaders, including former Secretary Dennis McDonough. In 2024, the VA told Congress it was facing a $15 billion budget shortfall and urgently needed $3 billion to keep benefits flowing. Those funds were approved, but apparently the shortfall never existed. The VA ended the year with a $5 billion surplus. Lawmakers are now accusing former VA leaders of misleading Congress and causing unnecessary panic among veterans, with some calling it a cry wolf scenario that damaged trust in the system. A federal watchdog has since confirmed that the VA's budget projections were seriously flawed, with accounting mistakes and poor communication leading to the false alarm. Now, while Democrats argue that this investigation is a political stunt, Republicans say that accountability is needed to restore confidence in the VA. Current VA leadership say that they're working on reforms to prevent this from happening again. And speaking of Washington, both the VetComm's founders, Kate Monroe and Tim Lawless, were in D.C. this week to personally sit in on a committee hearing on the VA with Secretary Doug Collins himself. As veterans themselves and with extensive backgrounds working one-on-one with America's heroes, they voiced their ideas on how to make the VA better for veterans. The discussion was broadcast on C-SPAN on Tuesday, May 6th. And if you watch VetComm News every week, then you already know that Kate hosts a completely free live Q&A on all VetComm US social media accounts every week. Well, if you haven't tuned into one of them yet, then you definitely want to make sure that you catch this week's live. Jason from Veteransinfotap right here on YouTube will be going live with Kate to answer your questions about VA disability claims. Again, that's going to be on all VetComm US social media accounts at 3:30 Pacific time on Thursday, May 8th. We know you've got those questions, so don't miss this chance to ask Kate in person in real time. All right, if you're a veteran or you know someone who is a veteran, and I know that you do because you're watching this video right now, you need to hear about VetComm. Founded by veterans for veterans, VetComm is on a mission to ensure that every single disabled veteran receives the VA disability compensation they're owed. We helped over 10,000 veterans receive over $2 billion in lifetime disability compensation just last year. And this year, we expect to help 20,000 veterans receive more than $5 billion. But now it's your turn. Let us help you get your VA claim filed or help you get a higher rating. We help our clients with tech assistance, real-time claim submission support, comprehensive C&P exam prep, and more. Don't waste any more time. Visit vetcomm.us right now. You served your country, now let VetComm serve you. And we go beyond disability compensation for America's heroes. We sponsor several veterans and their businesses, and we're advocating for veterans who need our help. One of our recent initiatives was to provide awareness and resources for one former National Guardsman who's been fighting for veteran status and compensation for decades after suffering an assault during his service. He's been living just a degree above homelessness, and he was gracious enough to welcome some of us here at VetComm into his home. Take a look at the Saving Mike Dolbow series.
Hello, my name is Mike Dolbow, and I'd like to share my story with you.
When I was 17, I went into the Army National Guard. I was in the unit for about a year before the very bad things happened.
Yep.
Veterans, stand up. Do not let this pass. Mike is one of us.
I mean, I still bear the scars of what they did.
You are that veteran. You are him. That's why we're here. Let's put the mask on you first, and then we'll go help everybody else.
Again, that docuseries is out right now on this channel. Did you know that if a veteran dies from a service-connected condition or they were 100% rated, that their spouse, children, and parents could receive thousands of dollars a month? Well, it's true, and it's called the VA Dependency and Indemnity Compensation Benefit. It's like a tax-free life insurance policy that you don't even have to pay into. Jason with Veterans Infotap has more.
Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Infotap. I'm glad you made it. I wanted to talk about a spouse benefit that needs to be known by veterans, by spouses, and ultimately surviving spouses. And I wanted to share this with you because I have seen personally way too many times where people go years and years and years and years without knowing about a benefit until, finally they figure it out. And meanwhile, they could have been receiving it for many years. And it's a horrible situation. DIC is a fantastic benefit. It kind of acts like a life insurance that you don't have to pay into, which is always good, just by virtue of being a veteran. We'll talk about the different qualifiers and what that looks like directly from the VA's website so you can understand. But in a kind of a loose way, there's kind of two different kind of qualifiers that you could fall under. If a veteran has been rated 100% for 10 years and they pass away after that 10-year period of being 100%, once they pass away, the DIC benefit is pretty much an easy road for folks once they apply. If the veteran passes away prior to that 10-year mark, or they're not 100%, right? So there'd be a 30% rated veteran. It could be a 10% rated veteran. If you're not 100% or you haven't been 100% for 10 years, now what has to happen is you have to prove to the VA that the veteran passes away due to a service-connected condition. Now, here's the gold. What happens is there's two spots on a death certificate for the cause of death. There's the cause of death, and then there's contributing cause to death. So both of those are treated equally from my experience with the VA, and that's a very important thing. So here's the example. Vietnam veteran dies from a heart attack, but was service connected for hypertension. Presumptive condition, easy service connection, and dies of the heart attack. Death certificate says cause of death, heart attack. Well, now, if you're in communication with them at this time, coroner, all that stuff, you could talk to them about adding hypertension as a contributing cause to death. If it's already happened and your death certificate's already done, you'll need to go to your vital records folks in your county or parish or wherever you are and talk to them and say, hey, look, I need to get a death certificate revised or corrected.
All right, really important information there. Watch the rest of that video at the link posted down in the description. And that's all for now. VetComm News drops every Thursday, and we post a ton of great informational content right here on this channel. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'm Rachel Hernandez. This has been VetComm News. We'll see you next time.